Listening to us on 101.5 in Winston-Salem. There's different stations in Greensboro, High Point. And this is WSJS Triad today. There is a little bit of an echo. Let me go ahead and mute that. All right. Is that better? All right, great. Okay, so I am so excited about our show today because we are talking about something very sweet. Cookies.
I thought
Cookies,
you were talking
cookies,
about me. Oh, cookies. Oh, okay. We'll talk about cookies.
All right. But before we get into that, I'm going to start with our positive quote of the day, which is how we always start our show. Start it off right. Don't follow your dreams, chase them. I love that quote. Don't follow your dreams, chase them. All right. We are here today talking with Miss Mona Hanes Templin of Mrs. Hanes Moravian Cookies. If you are, I just want to say, if you're an American, you've had these cookies before. And I just want to read this. So obviously this is a huge family tradition, and this is the company philosophy, okay? A company built on one philosophy: a quality cookie made with love, pride, and elbow grease. And Mona, would you say that's still true today?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we still make our cookies by hand with rolling pins and cookie cutters, exactly the same way my grandmother used to make them, except she used a wood stove and we do use electric ovens
Oh,
now.
good. And so that's what's incredible to me because, well, first, before we get into the fact that it's all still handmade, which, especially in this world of artificial intelligence and all of that, it's easier to, get the machinery and whatnot, but you don't do that. And I love that. Tell us a little bit about the family history because there's definitely some history here with all of the Hanes Moravian cookies, and there's also a bill currently, and they're looking to pass it in the Senate,
Right.
possibly to make this the state cookie. So tell us a little bit about the history.
Okay, well, the history, as I said, we really are a family business. I am an eighth generation Moravian, and my children are the ninth generation Moravians. We, of course, the Moravian cookie, I guess, was a tradition that many ladies used to make. Now we're one of the few that still, as I said, actually make them by hand. But it's famous around the holiday time, although we make the cookies year round. But it's a labor of love, is what it is. It is.
And let me ask you this: how are you around all of these Moravian cookies and not gain any weight?
Oh, well, I try not to taste one because if I taste one, I am going to eat 100.
Yeah.
And of course, my favorite cookie that we make is the black walnut cookie. And naturally, it would be my favorite because it has the most calories. But all of them are delicious. They really are. They're all very, very good.
And tell us a little bit about the fact that these are handmade. Why is it that this is really important for you all to continue to do?
Well, we want to make a quality cookie, and we have tried to make a cookie using machinery. It'd be a lot cheaper, you'd make a lot more money, but it just wouldn't be the same cookie, not the same quality of cookie. And that's what we're interested in. We're not interested in quantity, we're interested in quality. And so we continue to make them by hand, one by one, rolling pins and cookie cutters, and we make about 100,000 pounds of cookies a year. There's about 100 cookies in a pound. And so that's 10 million cookies cut out one by one with a cookie cutter, one by one.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
very time consuming. As I said, it is a labor of love.
Uh-huh. So tell me a little bit about what this is like for you, because you grew up, you have your grandmother making cookies, you have your mother making cookies. And I have known people to go into the family business later on. They're like, no, I'm not going to do it. And then they, all of a sudden change their mind. So tell us what that was like for you.
Well, I didn't think I was going to go into the cookie business, but for about 10 years after I got out of school, I was a starving waitress actress singer
Uh-huh.
in New York.
Uh-huh.
And so I got tired of being a starving waitress, actress, singer. And so I moved back home. I was about 28 and took over the business along with my brother. My brother and I took it over from my mom and dad, and we worked together. And then my son was, he's a writer, and he's a very good writer. He wrote the family letter this year in the brochure, which is spectacular. But he wasn't going to go in the cookie business either. But then little by little, about age of 30, he said, well, I'd really like to see grandma's tradition, continue. So you think you need somebody? And I went, oh, yes, please come back.
Yeah.
Oh, because at this time, of course, with the changes in technology and, oh, I've had to learn a lot. As an old dog, I've had to learn some new tricks, but
You're not an old
no,
dog.
those tricks are getting a little beyond me these days, but he's brilliant at that kind of thing. So it's wonderful to have him. I was president. I gave the presidency to him,
Okay.
you know, and as my mother gave it to me,
Right.
and so he's president now, and his little kids now are cookie tasters. He was the chief cookie taster for a long time.
Yeah.
Now he's president.
So what's that like for you to pass the baton?
It's wonderful to have someone to pass that baton to. I mean, my mother was so happy that her grandson was interested enough to care about the tradition of the cookies and to carry on this endeavor that she and my daddy was a big help. It's not just my mother by herself. To carry on and continue to try to tell people about the business and to be proud of it. I mean, she really was gratified that he was proud of what she had done.
And tell us a little bit about your mom. What kind of woman was she?
The most amazing woman in the world. I mean, she loved her family, she loved God, and she loved her cookies.
Yeah.
And she loved to create memories is always what she tried to do. And she did it by really cooking. Food was a way that she shared so much of her love with. I wouldn't say that she was a real tactile type person, like huggy, but she showed her love by giving and by making and baking food and sharing that kind of thing.
You're right. And there is something that is very bonding about that. And that's exactly what I was going to say is what kind of memories do you feel like are created with people during the holidays coming in and buying these cookies? And, because I feel like, again, your company philosophy is a quality cookie made with love, pride, and elbow grease. Mm-hmm. And what really you're doing is not only was your mother and grandmother and you and your son creating traditions within your family, you're also creating traditions within other families.
Oh, definitely. We have people that have made it a yearly trek to come out to our bakery. And of course, the sense of smell brings back such memories to people. And we will sometimes have people come in and they'll just burst into tears because they're taken back to that time that they shared with their mom or their grandmother, coming to the bakery and continuing this tradition on and smelling that smell. And it's just suddenly there they are back with their grandmother and mother again. And it's very heartwarming and they share their memories with us, so many of them.
Right. All right. So if we have some folks out there listening, what would you like to tell them? Where can they go to get some of these cookies?
Well, they can come to our bakery, which is sort of in the middle of nowhere, but it's worth the ride. And it's 4643 Friedberg Church Road, or they can call 336-764-1402. And they can place an order if they want to and say, I want to be by December the 15th and pick up, this amount of cookies. And we'll have them ready and waiting for you.
Okay, that sounds good. Christian, do you have any cookie questions?
Well, actually, Hanes Cookies are actually like 5 minutes from my house. I'm so excited about that. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
I see that you have over 90,000 mail-in customers.
Yes.
Is that true? And how did you get to that?
Yeah, good question.
Well, one by one and by word of mouth. We have somebody taste our cookie. They'll order it next year for their friends, and then their friends will order it for their friends. And we've had people call us up and say, "Don't give out. Don't send a brochure to so and so. She's going to steal my Christmas idea." But it's just by word of mouth is the way that our business has grown, and the fact that we have a good cookie and we give incredible service. I have the best staff in the world in the office. They're amazing.
What is your overall cookie flavor that sells the most that you think outside of Christmas? What is the big flavor that sells?
It's still ginger. Ginger is our biggest seller, particularly at Christmas, as you said.
Right.
And sugar, though, I guess, is the second best seller. And so that's good during the year, especially Valentine's, the sugar cookie.
Oh, okay. There you go, Jill.
I love the sugar cookie. All right. How many pounds of flour do you use each year?
Oh my gosh, you're asking the wrong one, because fortunately I don't have to. You know the answer.
I do know the answer.
Oh, do you? What is it? 65,000 pounds of flour. How about that?
65,000 pounds of flour.
Yeah.
And how many pounds of molasses?
40,000 pounds of molasses. Now, I do know about those molasses. They come in big, I think it's 700-pound barrels of molasses. I mean, they're enormous. They're so big.
Oh my gosh.
But
Holy molasses.
I know, really.
All right. So here's the big question.
Yes.
How many pounds of sugar?
How about 40,000 pounds of sugar?
That's insane. That's where my kids come in and they're like, yes, please. All right. Some cookie facts. The number of people who tour the facility each year.
Okay. Well, we had like 6,000 young people, but we had also about 8,000 senior citizens that come in.
That's
so it's
amazing.
About 15 to 20,000 that we count, and that's an actual tour that they take.
And 1 little pound of cookie dough makes how many cookies?
1 little pound of cookie dough makes about 14 ounces of cookies. About 14 ounces.
And
lose a little bit.
How many pounds of cookies are handmade each year?
Make about 100,000 pounds of cookies a year.
That's crazy.
I know. Rolling pins, cookie cutters. No machinery. It's absolutely nuts.
That's amazing. All right. In 1 year, your factory produces how many cookies?
About 10 million cookies.
Oh my gosh.
That's insane.
I've told people that we may be the largest handmade cookie operation in the world. Nobody's ever disputed that, because who else is crazy enough to make a cookie by hand in today's time? But
yeah,
I think it might be true.
Tell me, how do you think your grandmother and mother ever thought that it would get this big?
No. My grandmother she'd be flabbergasted. My mother used to sit in the office and she'd go, I cannot believe all these people are coming out here in the middle of my grandpa's old cow pasture, which is where the bakery is now located, out in the middle of the country and middle of nowhere. And she said, I can't believe all those people are coming out here to pick up cookies. I mean, the sales area is packed, during starting our really busy time is coming up November through December. Mid-December.
And what do you think? What do you think it is that people want to eat the most?
The ginger.
The ginger. Oh yeah, we talked about that. The ginger. All right, one more time. Where can people go to get more information?
Okay, call us 336-764-1402 or 4643 Freeburg Church Road in Clemens, North Carolina, or online www.hanescookies.com.
All right, go get yourself some Hanes Moravian cookies. Oh my gosh, they're so good. You got to pack on some winter weight anyway, right?
That's right.
That's right. All right, Mona, thank you so much for being here. I'm Jill Berlin. Stay tuned for more.
Inside the pylon, touchdown Washington.
Tonight, Jaden Daniels and the Washington Commanders visit Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles.
And the Eagles have taken their first lead.
The NFL plays here on WSJS. Proudly presented by Precision Garage Door. Quality doors, exceptional service.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
App State University invites, no, they encourage you to plan a short drive through the mountains this November for one of the most beautiful staycations you can have in North Carolina. Put it on your calendar. Leave right now, take a day or two off from work, and if you can, grab tickets to the final home game against James Madison at Kid Brewer Stadium on the 23rd. Remember to take the stairs to see one of the Sun Belt Conference's top basketball teams. That's right, App State. An App State staycation awaits you.
When you grill with Kingsford charcoal and add Kingsford garlic, onion, and paprika flavor boosters, your special occasion becomes unforgettable. Wow. Made with 100% real spices, Kingsford garlic, onion, and paprika flavor boosters can be added to any pre-lit charcoal to add a whole new, rich, full-bodied flavor and aroma to your spring grilling. So good. Look for Kingsford charcoal and Kingsford garlic, onion, and paprika flavor boosters for a mouth-watering flavor experience. Kingsford.com.
When you order food for work on EasyCater.com, we've got your back. Real humans are here to help with your order every step of the way, making sure everything goes right, even behind the scenes without you knowing, confirming and double confirming with the restaurant that everything is on track. If there's a problem,
thanks for calling EasyCater.
call us anytime, day or night, and we'll answer in seconds. We're right here with 100,000 restaurants, working hard to ensure the food arrives on time and is ordered. Order 24/7 at EasyCater.com.
That first time seeing my son, I feel like my life did a 180. He really a definition of like why he loves somebody.
Through all of fatherhood's first, never stop being a dad. Visit fatherhood.gov to hear more. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Back to the Jill Berlin Show on Triad Today.
And welcome back. You are listening to the Jill Berlin Show on WSJS Triad Today. All right, so we have a lot of interesting things to talk about. One of them being Medicare. All right, so Medicare is in full swing, and I know I keep talking about this, but it's really important to talk about because we have so much going on. One thing that we have going on, Social Security. What is going on with Social Security? Well, something just passed, and there are talks about this. The House of Representatives approved the Social Security Fairness Act. What is that? Well, you're going to be reading about it in the news today because this is something that just passed. Millions could be able to get higher Social Security benefits. All right. The House approved the bill 325 to 75 and ultimately reversed the windfall elimination provision and the government pension offset. All right. So these two rules have historically prevented Americans who also receive pensions and their spouses from getting the full Social Security benefits each month. So, but now that the Social Security Fairness Act was approved in the House, those American workers could receive full Social Security benefits once they retire and file for the program. I'm going to just say that again because this is a big deal, right? The Social Security Fairness Act was approved in the House, and those American workers could receive full Social Security benefits once they retire and file for the program. Now, this plan is to enhance Social Security, not cut it. And that is the reason why a lot of people are voting for it. And if the Senate also passes the bill and President Biden gives the final approval, which I'm guessing he would, the law will apply to all Social Security administered retirement benefits for December 2023 and after. All right. Now, this affects people with less than 30 years of significant earnings from employment covered by Social Security if they also get a non-covered pension. And it lowers the benefits for spouses of those receiving a non-covered pension by around 2/3. So both of these provisions would impact around 3 million former public service workers, including teachers, police officers, firefighters, and their spouses. So these are the folks that give and give and give and give to our community. and they are the ones who would see a significant impact. All right. So the WP and GPO can lower and in certain situations fully eliminate Social Security benefits for civil service retirement system annuitants and public sector employees from state and local government entities, including their spouses and widows and widowers. And so this is why this is a big deal to pass. Now, there was some pushback, of course. That's the government. That's how it works. And what happened? Well, some representatives remain concerned that the law would speed up the Social Security's funds incoming insolvency. And there are some analysts who warned that the Social Security system is due to run out of money for full payments by as early as 2035. This is absolutely accurate. In fact, one of the things that I am not required to do, but do anyway, because I don't even know why, but I go into these little research holes and I go on to CMS.gov and HHS and IRS and SSA.gov, all the different websites. And basically what I do is I research and find out different things that are going on within the government. And that is absolutely accurate. There is concern, a lot of concern that the government is going to run out of money to give people who are Medicare and who are retiring government funds. So while this sounds really good, the analysts are right. Money is going to be running out by 2035 unless something else happens. One of the things that the government is doing is they're going back to the carriers with insurance and giving them less money. They're also giving less money to the pharmaceutical companies and requiring pharmaceutical and the carriers to pay more, which means we, the brokers, get paid less. And also the clients, you, the client, pays more. So it is interesting to me about this Social Security getting passed, because it's absolutely true that funds are running out. And why is that? Well, because you have all these baby boomers turning 65. And so the Social Security system is due to run out of money for full payments by as early as 2035. A little scary. Anyway, I just want to make sure you're up to date. If you ever have questions about your Medicare, any life insurance, health insurance, you can email me, Jill at rsvp65.com. Jill at rsvp65.com. We're going to talk about annuities next. Stay tuned. You're listening to The Jill Berlin Show.
Blake Shelton, the Friends and Family Tour 2025.
You be my honeysuckle, I'll be your honeybee.
Saturday, March 1st at First Horizon Coliseum in Greensboro.
On some beach, somewhere.
Listen for your chance to win tickets with Jeffrey Griffin on Triad today and The Drive with Josh Graham. Don't miss the Friends and Family Tour with Blake Shelton from Live Nation and WSJS.
Ew, gotta get rid of this old Backstreet Boys t-shirt.
Tell me why.
Because it stinks, boys.
Tell me why.
I've washed it so many times, but the odor won't come out.
Tell me why.
No, you tell me why I can't get rid of this odor.
Have you tried Downy Rinse and Refresh? It doesn't just cover up odors, it helps remove them.
Wow, it worked, guys.
Yeah.
Downy Rinse and Refresh removes more odor in one wash than the leading value detergent in 3 washes. Find it wherever you buy laundry products.
Piedmont Triad area weather. Low pressure moving in from the Midwestern states, and that'll bring us some rain today. Some of that rain could be heavy. Our afternoon high will be in the mid-40s. Overnight, some rain or showers, dropping to 40 on the low, and then things quickly clear out on Friday. We're back to sunshine, fairly mild. We'll be in the low 60s. Clear Friday night, and then sunny on Saturday and Sunday. Afternoon highs in the 60s. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton for News Talk Sports for the Triad, WSJS.
It's the college football game of the week on WSJS.
Two tight end look, they hand it to him right up the middle. Dylan Sampson, touchdown Tennessee.
Saturday night, it's a top 25 matchup as the Tennessee Volunteers visit the Georgia Bulldogs.
Making a move and fights all the way to the end zone. And Georgia takes the lead.
Live coverage from Sanford Stadium starts at 7. College football plays here on WSJS.
Kick off the season with a new Altos track mower at Riddle Tractor in Winston-Salem. When you have a tough area to maintain, Altos is your answer. Cut through wet areas and steep slopes with an Altos TRX track mower. Buy with confidence, knowing that Riddle Tractor has fully certified mechanics to keep your machine up and running for years to come. For tractors, mowers, blowers, and more, Riddle Tractor, equipping those who get the job done. See Riddle Tractor for the current financing options, including a buy or buy now and pay later option. RiddleTractor.com.
Wake up, it's Triad Today with Jeffrey Griffin.
It's time to lift your spirit, and Jill Berlin is here to motivate and inspire you.
Here's to whatever puts a smile on your face. Whatever makes you happy, people.
Welcome to the Jill Berlin Show on Triad Today.
And welcome back. You are listening to the Jill Berlin Show on WSJS. Speaking of WSJS, did you know that you can go to WSJS.com and find out all of the game schedules for App State, NC A&T, Duke, Wake Forest, Mount Tabor, NC State, high school football playoffs, the Swarm, NFL games through Super Bowl and soon PGA majors, tennis majors, ACC tournament, Dash, March Madness, even the 2026 Olympic updates. All right, WSJS.com. We got it all, folks. We got it all. Something else that we need to be talking about is annuities. All right, so we're talking about like different forms of investments and why it's important. And we were just talking about Social Security, right? Social Security, because yes, there is a possibility that your Social Security benefits could increase because the House just voted yes on a bill that would increase Social Security checks for some folks. The biggest concern now is, will the money run out? Will the money run out? Because this is something that could happen by 2035. And this supplemental security income payment is worth up to $943, and it would go out to millions of beneficiaries. So the next SSI payments are scheduled to be distributed on November 29th because December 1st is a Sunday. And according to the Social Security Administration, payments are given to people with living debilitating disabilities that affect their income. So it's just something to keep in mind that this is something that folks are trying to pass. And this is something that has passed in the House. But again, there's big concern because folks, while this could be very good, the question is, will all these benefits run out by 2035? All right. So something else we're going to talk about, since we're talking about money, is annuities. Now, this is something that I hope I help a lot of folks with, because those who are enrolled in Medicare, they also are concerned about making sure that they have money for a skilled nursing facility and making sure that they can pay for that, because Medicaid, Medicare does not cover that. Some plans cover the first 20 days, but after that, it's over $200 per day. And it's just a lot of money, and it's scary because a lot of folks end up in skilled nursing facilities. However, something you should consider and think about, and something I can certainly help you with, is enrolling in an annuity. All right. So let's just talk about annuities. All right. They are used primarily for retirement purposes, and they can help individuals address the risk of outliving their savings, not just with a skilled nursing facility, but it helps you, in addition to getting a check from Social Security, you're also getting benefits from this annuity. And so it is risk averse. So it's not something, I deal with fixed annuities. This is not, we're not playing the stock market. If you want a safety net, I'm your girl. I can help you with a safety net. That's what I do. I provide a safety net with these annuities for people who are retiring and they want a steady flow of income. They don't want to outlive their savings because that's a scary thought, right? And they also want to make sure that they have a little bit of a cushion. So if you're flying on a trapeze, you're swinging back and forth, I'm down there with the safety net. So here are some key takeaways. Annuities are financial products that offer a guaranteed income stream and are usually bought by retirees. And the accumulation phase is the first stage. All right, I'm going to just say that again. The accumulation phase is the first stage of an annuity during which investors fund the product with a lump sum payment or periodic payments. The annuitant, which is you're the annuitant, you then begin receiving payments after the annuitization period. And that's for a fixed period or for the rest of your life. All right. And then annuities can be structured into various types of instruments, giving you flexibility. And that's the best part, right? We want to make sure that we can access our money. We want to make sure that our money is making money. And we also want to make sure that there is some flexibility. And an annuity can be categorized as immediate or deferred and fixed or indexed. And like I said, I do only fixed because I'm the safety net. I'm not your risky girl. That's not me. All right. So I just want to make sure that you're taken care of in a safe way. All right. So annuities are designed to provide a steady cash flow for people during their retirement years to alleviate the fear of outliving their assets. That's something I actually worry about. And I think to myself, how can I ever retire? Because I always want to make sure I have that steady cash flow. Well, here's one of the ways. And these assets may not be enough to sustain your standard living or your standard of living. However, some investors may turn to an insurance company or other financial institutions. Okay. So these products are really appropriate for you who want something stable, guaranteed income. This is guaranteed retirement income. It's invested cash. It's illiquid and subject to withdrawal penalties. So it's generally not recommended that younger people do this, right? You don't really want to be young and investing in annuities. This is something for older folks to be doing. All right. The accumulation phase, as we said, is when the annuity is being funded before payouts begin and the money is invested and grows on a tax-deferred basis. That's something important to know. It is a tax-deferred basis. And then the annuitation or payout phase kicks in after the payments to you begin. All right. So again, something I want you to think about is the fact that, have you thought about whether or not you have money for the rest of your life? Would you like an additional stream of guaranteed income? It's guaranteed income. The reason being is because that is something that a lot of people do not think about. They don't think about how are they going to pay for a skilled nursing facility if they end up there for more than 20 days. All right. So those fixed annuities, they provide a guaranteed minimum rate of interest and fixed periodic payments to you, the annuitant. All right. So other riders can be added, but I just want to say this, it's just a little quick, fast fact. And that is the retirement security rule issued by the U.S. Department of Labor in 2024 requires that investment professionals who advise people on their retirement accounts must act as fiduciaries and offer advice that's in the best interest of retirement investors. And this rule was set to take in effect in September 2024, but has been tied up in litigation as the insurance industry fights back against protections that are expected to significantly limit commissions on annuities. So just be sure that you are correctly investing, you're correctly doing your homework, you're correctly knowing what is being offered to you, and ask a lot of questions. There's been times where I have denied providing services to people, because while that would make a buck in my pocket, it's not good for them, right? So you need to be working with someone who will turn you away. That's the most important part. And why is it important for a broker like myself to turn you away from an annuity or turn you away from one of your insurance plans? Well, the reason being is that person then has your best interest at heart, right? And so I just want to give a shout out to Paul Klosterman out there, who he's a radio listener, and he and I have worked together. We do health insurance together, and Paul and I, we started working together because he's a listener. So, hey, Paul, how you doing? Glad to talk to you yesterday. So you, other listeners out there, if you're listening, you want advice on your health insurance, you want advice on your life insurance, you want to just pick my brain, I am happy to do that. Or if you have some money in CDs and you're thinking, an annuity might be better, your thinking is correct. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to email me, jill@rsvp65.com. Again, jill@rsvp65.com. We're going to look at your situation and see if you're A, investing too much and it's in something risky that you shouldn't be in, or B, if you should be investing it in possibly annuities, or C, you should stay where you're at. But never D, all of the above. Never D. All right, you are listening to the Jill Berlin Show. When we come back, I'm going to give my ode to Ashley. And also, I'm going to ask Christian, what are his Thanksgiving traditions? Do you have one? I do. I love the Macy's Parade. All right, you're listening to the Jill Berlin Show on WSJS. Try it today.
Come on. Just type it in and see what comes up.
When is the last time you've checked out our website? Yeah, it's all new.
That's awesome.
It appears that the website has become alive.
What are you waiting for? You can listen to us live anytime or all the time at WSJS.com.
Oh, sweet.
Listen to us on your desktop, laptop, tablet, or smartphone.
They go online with them any day.
Log in and listen now at WSJS.com, your online home for news, talk, and sports.
Any season is a good time for art. Art Fields presents Alice Ballard, Metamorphosis of Nature's Forms. The Florence, South Carolina native connects life and the natural world through transcendent ceramic sculpture. On display now through December 28th in Lake City, South Carolina, a charming southern art town. Visit artfieldssc.org to learn more about the many talents of Alice Ballard. That's artfieldssc.org. Art Fields, the living, breathing proof of the power of art.
Goodwill Industries of Northwest North Carolina is a nonprofit organization that has served the local community since 1926. Through the sales of donated items, they fund employment and training programs to help people find hope, opportunity, and jobs. Goodwill Industries has provided services to 26,000 people in the last year. The good they do is because of you. Goodwill Industries of Northwest North Carolina. Online at goodwillnwnc.org.
Hi, this is Jay Delsing, a two-time All-American and PGA Tour veteran. Join me Saturday mornings at 7 a.m. on WSJS for Golf with Jay Delsing. I know the game of golf inside and out. Each week, we'll feature celebrity golfers such as Bob Costas, Wayne Gretzky, Jim Nantz, Vince Gill, and many more. You'll love the laughs and the inside stories of golf, plus great tips to improve your game. Join me Saturday mornings at 7 a.m. for Golf with Jay Delsing on News Talk Sports for the Triad, WSJS.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppables bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. Get 6 times longer lasting freshness plus odor protection with Downy Unstoppables in-wash scent beads.
Dale, who are you? I'm you. I'm future Dale. Navy Federal Credit Union sent me. Listen, your future depends on something important. Like saving the world? No, I said your future, not the future. You need to start saving with Navy Federal so you can buy your dream house.
With savings resources, no monthly fees, and accounts for your every need, you can plan for your future at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Open to the armed forces, the DoD, veterans, and their families. Insured by NCUA, an equal housing lender.
Nothing is impossible. The word itself says, I'm possible. It's time to lift your spirit. And Jill Berlin is here to motivate and inspire you. Welcome to the Jill Berlin Show on Triad Today.
And welcome back. You just caught me right in the middle of, can you hear it? I'm gonna try and make a big snap. That's so rude. I'm eating on the radio show. I can't help it. Mrs. Moravian Cookies. Mrs. Hanes Moravian Cookies. Oh my gosh, they're so good. In fact, I just want to show you this basket. I've got a basket full of goodies here of chocolate crisp, lemon crisp, ginger crisp. Look at that. Oh my God. That's going to like 100% guarantee that none of my jeans fit on Friday. But that's all right. It's going to be so yummy. All right. So something real quick I want to do is my ode to Ashley. And that is my ode to Ashley is she was talking about the holidays, and making sure that she soaks up every single second with her daughter because you never know when it's going to be the last. So a lot of times holidays are stressful, right? Lots of fun family time. And I just want to remind you that you never know when it might be your last holiday. So spend time with those who you love. And if you're forced, I mean, there's a lot of people that you love, but like your lifestyle just might not gel. You know what I mean? And you love them, but just, you want the temperature at a certain higher degree and they want a temperature at a certain lower degree. And just little stuff like that. Flush the toilet too many times. Who knows? So anyway, the long story short is find a way to make it work for you because you never know when it's going to be your last. All right. So one of the things that I love to do is love the Macy's Day Parade. I always, when I was a little girl, I wanted to be one of those people like the Katie Couric or the Al Roker, like riding on the back of the golf cart and just doing an event like live. And I've thought about doing one of those here and creating a parade or, doing something like that just to host it. But I really don't have enough time. Why? Because I need to help you with annuities. But anyway, so at the end of the day, maybe I'll get to host it one day. Maybe I won't, but I'm just going to put it out there. I'm going to just put that juju out there. Right. So NBC, if you're listening and you need a guest host, let me know. Anyway, so this year marks the 98th Macy's Parade. It will be its largest yet. And there are more than 5,000 volunteers, 17 featured character balloons, 22 floats, 15 heritage and novelty balloons, more than 700 clowns, creepy, 11 marching bands, 10 performance groups, and performances by some of today's biggest music stars. And of course, the arrival of Santa Claus to close out the celebration, officially kicking off the holiday season. However, I'm actually going to disagree with that. The holiday season officially kicks off November 1st when you can start listening to Christmas carols year round. Except for, here's what I hear in my house when I start playing Christmas carols year round. Mom. But that's right. All right. So anyway, the 98th Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. You know what? I think I'm going to just volunteer myself to be one of the balloon holders one year. All right. So then when I'm like dressed up and I have like a cone shaped hat on and like something goofy, you'll be like, oh, there's that silly Jilly. All right. 98th Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade will feature Jimmy Fallon. No surprise there. The Roots. Some of the balloons are going to be the 6 new featured balloons who will make their debut include Minnie Mouse, Extraordinary Nora and the Elf on the Shelf, Gabby from Gabby's Dollhouse, Goku from Dragon Ball, Marshall from Paw Patrol, and Spider-Man. And then the parade will feature Candy Cosmos, Dora's Fantastical Rainforest, Pasta Night. Oh, that's just going to make me want to eat pasta. Master Feast by Netflix. No clue who some of these are. And Wondrous World of Wildlife by Bronx Zoo. All right. So, of course, you can watch all of this on TV. And you'll see Savannah Guthrie, Hoda Kotb, and Al Roker. They'll host the parade. And maybe one day it'll be Jill Berlin. Who knows? I'm going to just keep putting that out there every day. And maybe not every day, but you know what I'm saying. And anyway, so I want to know, Christian, what are some of your Thanksgiving traditions? Real quick.
My Thanksgiving traditions are to try to wake up and watch the beginning of the Macy's Day Parade. Never happens.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Wow, you're a late sleeper. The irony is he comes into work really early.
Yes. And then I always love to watch, I know it's technically not Halloween anymore, but I love to watch the Charlie Brown, oh my gosh, what is it?
Yeah.
The Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown.
The Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown.
And then I love to watch the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving episode as well. I got those on DVD. So
Yeah, you do. That's awesome. Well, I love me some Snoopy. I love it. In fact, that is my fun fact for you is I love the my favorite float is Snoopy. Hands down, 100,000,000%, it's Snoopy. So I really want to go back to that Macy's Day Parade and see it. But anyway, all right. So let me go ahead and end with our positive quote of the day. Do you remember what it was, Christian?
I'm sorry, I don't.
Oh my gosh, he failed. You know, to spark your memory, you probably need to eat some of these Moravian Hanes cookies. Just saying.
It's something about don't follow your dreams, chase them, right?
Yes, that was it.
All right. Don't know who said it, though.
I know. Me either. Because I just pulled it up on the internet and it didn't have someone who said, you know, I'll even echo those sentiments by don't face your fears, ride them. So don't follow your dreams, chase them. Don't face your fears, ride them. And that quote is actually from the new movie Twister.
That's fun. I like that. I like that.
It's still a good quote. But anyway, all right. Once again, there's a lot of changes going on. If you have any questions, Medicare, life insurance, annuities, email me, Jill at rsvp65.com. And as always, I am so grateful for you, the listener. You make this possible. I love doing this. I love my job. I love it. I love coming here once a week and talking to you. So thank you. Thank you so much for your time and your attention. For Christian Snyder, I'm Jill Berlin. Thanks for listening to the Jill Berlin Show at WSJS.
Wherever you go, you can take us along. Listen to our live stream at WSJS.